Our next race is the 92nd District, and we have Terry Sabo here. I'm not sure if Marshall Davis is here. Marshall? Terry, you're on your own here.
My name is Terry Sabo, and I'm running for the 92nd District State House of Representatives. This is a seat that's term limited because Marcia Hubby-Wright, who's there now, she can't run again because of the term limits that Michigan has imposed on the State House. So after I got out of the military, I went to work for the city of Muskegon Heights, and I've been there ever since for 25 years, working between the police and fire departments. And it was in 2010 that I really started to take a look at some of what local government was doing, and I wanted to become more involved. And in 2011, I was appointed to the County Road Commission and served a year and a half there as one of the county road commissioners. And then in 2012, I made the decision to run for county commissioner, and I won my race there, and then subsequently won again my re-election in 2014 as county commissioner, and then was elected by my peers, the fellow commissioners, as chair of the board, and then decided to take this venture and to try to represent the 92nd District in Lansing. And really one of the big reasons that I decided to run was because I was really becoming very disenfranchised with what was happening. Some of the attacks that were happening on local government and municipal workers like myself and school employees, it was really bothersome to me. And that's when I decided to start to take an active role, and I look forward to serving in the State House. And granted that I make it through the general election, but I look forward to serving and really be a voice for the working people of this state, and really more specifically of Muskegon County and the 92nd District.
Thank you.
Before you leave the Lansing, if you make that trip, how are you going to pay for the jail?
Well, the jail has been, there's been a plan laid out to pay for that. First of all, that's one of the accomplishments that I think is an accomplishment of what we've done the last few years. Now, this process started prior to me getting there, but I'm very happy to say that I was one of the commissioners that was in place when we finalized that plan. And that plan has been laid out. We've been following that plan to date, and I don't see any reason why that plan is going to change the way it's currently structured. I mean, there will be changes made as we go, I'm sure, but as of right now, the plan that was put in place at the beginning is the plan that we're following now.
Good. Any other questions from the audience for Terry?
If I may, while somebody's trying to think up a question, if I could just add some more. We've some of the things, because I really believe actions are much better than words, and I think that has to account for something. And so some of the things that I'm happy about that we've accomplished in the time that I've been on the county board is we've really taken a lead role when it comes to recycling and alternative energy methods in this county. I think far more than we ever had before. We're making a lot of progress in that area. One of the things I'm probably the most proud of is what we've accomplished when it comes to filling leadership positions in the county. We've hired more women and more minorities to leadership positions, not just because they're women and minorities though, but because they deserve the job. And I think for a lot of years that those two classes of people were really looked over. And I just really think that's a good thing that we have people working for Muskegon County that look like Muskegon County. And I think that's a really big thing that we need to keep in mind as we move forward. The transportation issues, we've actually lengthened out our bus routes. We've had routes now that run to some of the rural areas of Muskegon County that never ran there before, and it's been very successful in some areas. And so those are some of the things that I'm most proud of, and I hope that I hope that the county continues to work on those to make it even better and find other ways to make Muskegon County better, work better for the people. But also those are some of the examples that I'm going to take with me to Lansing as proof that this is not just a seat that I plan on going and sitting in. This is something that I want to try to do something with specifically for this district in the Muskegon area.
Well, Terry, can you give us Terry, why don't you maybe tell us your two top priorities if you are elected?
Sure. Well, I tell you, the number one priority for me is going to be the revenue sharing problem. For years and years, revenue sharing cuts have been happening to our local municipalities, and I've really felt that as a government employee, number one, but then also now from the administrative level. And I think that the state has not been following through on their promise of revenue sharing to the local municipalities. This is money that's been promised, and it's really set aside to help municipalities pay for some of the local services like police and fire. I just spoke earlier today about this. Just within the 92nd district alone, since 2002, there's been $32 million withheld that was not paid out to municipalities that was supposed to happen. Just in our district alone, $32 million. And, I really think that there's a direct correlation there when you look at this, that in that same time period, since 2002, there's 23% less police officers on the street in the state of Michigan. Our local governments are hurting, and they're hurting. A lot of the reason they're hurting is because of money that's been promised to them from state government, it's not being delivered upon. My other second priority is really going to be this road situation. I think our roads, this road package that went through, whatever it was, a year ago, I think it was, to me, it's no good. What we're doing is we're just pushing this out farther and farther, and there's no real way to pay for it. There really isn't. It's been said that the money's going to come later on in years, coming from the general fund, from the state government. Well, listen, there's no money in the state in the general fund to begin with, especially now. We've already got the cuts. We're already doing all these things now that we're trying to balance the budget on because the budget is a mess at the state government level, and that money is not going to be there in years to come. And what's going to happen? That money's going to have to come out of there. It's going to have to come from somewhere, and if it comes from that general fund, we're going to see cuts in our police and fire again, and the revenue sharing, and it's just going to be a never-ending cycle. And I, excuse me, I really wish that my opponent would have been here tonight so that we could have discussed this further, because I know that on social media and emails, he definitely has an opinion, but I'm very disappointed that he can't come out here today and express that opinion, face to face and in front of you.
Well, all right, that's our time. Terry, thank you for coming and joining us. Hopefully you can stick around for a little bit, maybe meet some of the folks. Thank you.
Thank you very much.